Welcome back, guys. So we've got a slightly different topic to normal, because while keeping animals you always hope everything's okay, and everything's always perfect. But sometimes things go wrong, equipment fails, accidents happen, and injuries occur. About a year and a half ago, before SG Animals came to life, Marie experienced one of these unusual incidents, and if it wasn't for our hidden superpower, she may have lost her life. She used to be housed with an external filter. I've used it for years now and never had an issue. But one day, Marie managed to pull the end piece off, exposing the powerful suction of the tube. Now, with no cover, no safety measure. I came downstairs to check on her before going to work, only to see one of her legs had been completely sucked into the inlet. And with her being far too small and weak to set herself free, I thought I'd recreate the scene with a cuddly toy and a spare tank. For the record, this wasn't what she was housed in. This is just a demonstration. I have absolutely no idea how long she had been held down there for, but it was deep enough down that she couldn't come to the surface for air. So instantly I turned off the filter, gently pulled her free and brought her to the surface of the water. And to be honest, I thought she was already gone. She was completely limp, not moving, not holding her head or any of her limbs up whatsoever. But thankfully after a couple of minutes she came around, and I rushed her to a vet. But what really shocked me, and quite amazingly, by the time we got to the vets, she was absolutely fine. She was back to normal minus her leg. Her leg was bright red, swollen and lost all form of shape, and even bleeding a little bit. So the vet gave me some needles and antibiotics for injections once every 2 days. Now I'm not a squeamish person, and there's not a lot in this world that makes me queasy, but I cannot stand needles. I gave her 2 rounds of injection, and then had to hand her over to an amazing and experienced friend of mine that offered to take her off my hands for the recovery period. He's an animal and reptile enthusiast himself, and he even has diabetes, so needles were nothing new to him. To be honest, I'd argue she was in more competent hands with him. Anyway, she recovered absolutely fine and has full use of all her legs to this day. And that's when I decided to do some digging, wondering how she came around so quickly. Maybe she went into some sort of dormant state, using minimal resources to retain energy. After all, she is an aquatic turtle, so maybe she just held her breath the whole time. But was it 10 minutes? Was it 3 hours? Was it the entire night? I have no idea. But that's when I found the answer, and Marie's incredible, unique to her species, her superpower. And luckily we've got Shelby here with us to reveal some more about the ability.
Hey Sean and Marie, I hope you're both well. Thank you for inviting me to talk a bit about Marie's amazing superpower as a North American common musk turtle. Now, frequently on my channel, I do animals and pulp culture comparison videos, and so I'd like to suggest that Marie is kind of like Mera, the wife of Aquaman, and an Atlantean. Now, Mera is more amphibian in nature because she has gills which allow her to breathe underwater. However, they both are able to breathe underwater, which is so cool. This ability was only really discovered in 2010, so it's relatively new science, which is amazing. And with Marie, it comes all down to her tongue. Now, we use our tongue to help, swallow food, and it helps us talk as well. And so scientists first thought, all right, the tongue looks a little less developed, but maybe it helps with eating. And so they filmed the musk turtles trying to eat on land, and the tongue didn't really do much for them, didn't help them eat. However, what they found when the turtles were underwater blew their minds. For the common musk turtle has papillae on their tongue, which helps with oxygen exchange. So literally, she can chill out underwater and be breathing. It's fine. Now, not all turtles have this though, so it is a pretty rare superpower. Like all marine turtles, for example, they occasionally have to come up for air, about every few hours or so, and some turtles breathe through their skin. But Marie, as a common musk turtle, has a pretty unique superpower of her own, and that comes down to her tongue. But seeing as Marie and Mara are a bit similar, Marie doesn't also happen to have telepathy and hydrokinesis, does she, Sean? Thanks so much, Sean, and I can't wait to see the rest of the video.
Thank you very much, Shelby. That's exactly it, incredible. Marie has the ability to diffuse oxygen through her tongue. In all essence, she's capable of breathing through her tongue. And while this might not be as effective as actually breathing, they do still need to come to the surface for air. But while retaining energy with minimal movement and slowing metabolic processes, this diffusion can be more than enough to sustain them underwater for hours, maybe even days or weeks at a time, enabling wild musk turtles to survive underwater even if the pond freezes over. It's not often you find out one of SG Animals' residents is a mini superhero. But of course, if anyone, it's gonna be Marie. Shelby actually has a few videos on her channel comparing superhero abilities to those also possessed or similar to animals. So if you're interested, I've popped the link to her channel in the description. She's got some other great content too. All this being said, and some sort of warning about filters to other keepers. I don't mean to fearmonger. External filters are incredible at providing a larger space for sponges, for clean and clear water, and larger space for extra biomedia to enhance and utilise our bacteria populations to the full potential of keeping our water clean. Not to mention they're much more conspicuous than internal filters. So I guess my word of advice and warning isn't against using external filters. For one, I'll be using one again for Marie once her new build's complete. But rather, don't make my mistake and make sure the end cap is properly secured. Maybe take some extra measures to attach it. My plan for the future is to block the outlet off completely. So even if the end comes off again, it will be fine since Marie won't be able to get anywhere near it. Probably barricading it behind some large rocks, I'm not too sure yet. We haven't had a problem since, and hopefully it's the last bad experience she'll ever have to go through. But I do have to wonder now, does Marie, or any other of the SG Animal residents, have any other unique and hidden abilities I'm otherwise unaware of?